I think y'all need to know the actual and full truth. So if you would like to stay and listen to me briefly summarize and describe my full understanding and what I believe is the actual truth of a spiritual awakening, then stay tuned. So let's get into it. People will say that a spiritual awakening is pretty much learning that you're a vessel containing a spirit brought here for a higher purpose. That is absolutely correct. But once you break it down, who made you a spirit? Who put you in a vessel? Who gave you a purpose? And that's why I kind of want to bring it into the idea of God. A spiritual awakening isn't just for your fun and to stay positive and just to know you're here and your spirit's in a vessel and know that you're almighty beings and you are so strong. Yes, that's part of it, but that's not all of it. You know what I mean? Because how can you have a purpose but not know your own purpose? Someone had to conceptualize the idea of what you're going to be here for, how it's going to play out. You didn't do that. If you did it, you would know exactly what your purpose is. You would know exactly what you're here for, but you don't. So people always want to talk about, your beings and you're special and you're this and you're that. And that's definitely true. But they never want to hit who made you that way or why are you that way. They never want to say it's a calling to get closer to God. You know what I mean? Because I have a whole album of angel numbers. Like every hour of the day, I'll see, let's say it's 2 o'clock, I'll see 2:11, 2:22, 2:33, 2:44, 2:55, so forth, so forth, so forth. Then I'll keep going for the different hours. I'll see 4:44, 5:55, just a series of numbers. And I used to really think I was crazy. Like, hey, yo, like, am I missing something? Am I crazy? But I would wake up, look at my phone. It's 7:11 or 7:22 or 7:33. And I'm seeing all these master ascending numbers, which are like the 44 and the master builder, 33, 22 and 11, 11, 11. I'm seeing all these numbers and but it's like, why? I'm not crazy. I've never been a crazy type and I'm not a crazy person. I mean, I can act crazy. Everyone can, but I'm not crazy. And when I got into looking it up, they're basically numbers to motivate you from your angels, your guardian angels or ascending masters or whatever you want to call it, to motivate you and keep you on the right track and to guide you into helping you find your life purpose or something along those lines. Whatever you take it to be, it is what it is. Sometimes you can't explain what you can't explain, and a lot of times people try to explain what they can't understand or can't explain in general. What else do I have? I got that it's a calling closer to God because, part way through my spiritual awakening, I was drifting off, and while I was hitting the subconscious level of dreaming or being awake and so forth, I heard a knock. And a lot of times people say, is Jesus knocking on your door? But I didn't grow up in the church. I mean, I went to church like many of y'all, sometimes like holidays, Easter, parents wanted me to go. I'm sitting in church like, okay, can we get this out the way? This is because preachers would preach God as being this fantasy and all rainbows and all, lollipops and so good, make it sound so good. But in actuality, I'm a very nice person, and I always thought being nice and just being sweet and being kind would just lead me to heaven because I'm a nice person and I give to people that need. And if I see you hurting or see you, I'm going to give you words of encouragement and be there for you. And I've been spit on by so many people, best friends, this, that, whoop-de-whoop, the whole 9 yards. But I'm like, God, I'm such a nice person. Why does it seem like every time I'm so nice, people just spit on me and treat me like crap? I don't get it. And years back, I saw a video, and in the comment section, someone was like, I'm such a nice person, never did anything and da 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 da. And then one day I was having a dream, and it was just like, it was so startling. God had took me to hell, and I was just sitting there and looking around and just confused. And I was like, I'm such a good person. How'd I end up here? And da 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 da. And that person commented, it doesn't matter if you're a good person. That's not going to get you into heaven. Following God's word and being about him and following how he wants you to live is going to get you there. That's like people always say, why, all my friend Pookie, my friend this and them, they in heaven, they in da. Reality, no, they're not. If you ain't ever crack open no Bible or even try to understand or learn about God, why would you be somewhere that you don't understand? They ain't gonna put you in a class in grade school and you too dumb for the class. You're not gonna be even accepted into the class. They're gonna put you somewhere you understand. You understand sin and drinking and smoking and this and that and this. You're gonna go to hell, where people that do that and understand that and live by that go. It's like a spiritual awakening is a calling to get closer to God, because what would be the point? What would be the point of seeing angel numbers and numerology and seeing all this stuff and this cool stuff and signs from the divine and learning more about your intuition and learning more about your ascension and that you're spiritual beings? What would be the point? What, just to keep you positive? Why would the angelic realm, the divinity of whoever, whatever you want to believe in, why would they send you signs just to, hey, keep your head up? You can watch a motivational video on YouTube to tell you to keep your head up. But when the divine goes out the way to give you signs, you can believe in ghosts, you can believe in luck, you can believe in chance. You can believe in what else? What else y'all believe in? You can believe in the universe, you can believe in karma, you can believe in rebirth. Y'all can believe and conceptualize so many ideas, but y'all don't want to believe in God. People will say, good luck. Oh, I'm wishing you good luck. Before they say, hey, I'm going to pray that you're doing good. I'm going to pray that you get up on that stage and you do your stuff if it's God's will. You know what? At the end of the day, people get fixed up and have anxiety and this and that. For what? You can't change what you can't change. And what it is and what already happened is meant to be if it happened. And that's where people just get anxiety and stress about tomorrow and this and that. And God doesn't want you to stress. Anxiety, depression, stress, that's not stuff of God. That's stuff of this world. That's really some devil stuff. If God is a God of kindness and happiness, and don't get me wrong, he is a God of wrath at the same time. I mean, like your mother loves you, but if you keep doing wrong and keep doing wrong and keep doing wrong, your mom's not gonna yell at you. Your mom ain't gonna let you see a situation through and whatever happens, happens because that's what you chose, but I kept telling you to go this way. If you don't expect to always be forgiven and always praised by your parents, why would you think God would do the same thing? Why would he see you drinking, see you smoking, see you partying, see you have sex with whoever you want to, man? That is fun, trust me. I ain't saying I ain't no holy saint. But I'm saying you can't do that and then expect to go to heaven. That's dumb. A spiritual awakening is trying to get you closer to God. You think the divine realm is sending you all these signs to be, hey, keep your head up. I can tell you, hey, keep your head up. That's nothing outstanding at all. That's nothing out of this world. I can tell you, hey, keep a smile on your face, you know? I got a good smile. Keep a smile on your face. Why would they go out their way to show you signs and numerology and make sure that you understand and conceptualize that you're not just a human? You're in a human body. When we die, our bodies are left here. Yet you say, Pookie them or whoever, Nunu them, they went to heaven. Okay, so if you believe that their spirit went to heaven, you have to believe that we're just vessels for a spirit. And we are. There's good spirits and there's bad spirits. Sometimes people are like, they're just a bad person. No, they're a good person. They just have bad spirits in them. period. You can believe in luck. You can believe in karma. Hear me out, but you don't want to believe and fully believe in God. You'll tell someone good luck before you say, hey, God got you. Keep your head up. Huh? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Because I clearly don't understand it. Even when I wasn't so like trying to get on the path of righteousness and follow God more, I still prayed every night. I didn't just jump up one day and start praying. I still prayed every night. I probably was the only one praying in my house. I know my parents didn't pray every night or pray for others, but yet, you know, my thing is that I believed in God, but I didn't fully trust him. If you ain't got no money, you ain't got no hope, you ain't got no nothing, you don't know how to pay bills, you don't know how to do this, it causes you anxiety and stress and this and that. If you fully believe in God, you have to fully trust him and know that you may not have the biggest pockets, but you got what you need, right? You're sustained, right? You got a roof over your head, right? At some point, you just have to believe that. If you trust him, he got you. You can't half-ass trust someone. That doesn't even work in the real world. So how are you gonna halfway trust God? You know, how are you gonna halfway trust God? You know, a spiritual awakening is not a calling just to let you know that your being's in a vessel and you can meditate and this and that and whoop-de-whoop. That's part of it. And me searching video after video after video after video after video and researching website after website, no one really fed into that. No one real life gave you full detail as to why is it even happening. They're telling you what it is and, you know, the idea of, you know, what's happening and this and that, but they're not telling you what it actually means. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make sense. And it may make sense to people that don't fully believe. But what would be the point? You mean you just have this greater knowledge of spiritual awakening and waking up and realizing of the being in awareness and being in warmth in your environment and not letting things bother you or faze you or meditate and this and that? What would be the point of just knowing that knowledge? If it's coming from a divine source, y'all want to believe in the universe. Oh, the universe just got here? Or did God make the universe? I'm not saying you have to believe in God and da-da-da-da. There's different religions. There's different ways. There's different practices. You do what's right for you. But at the same time, if you believe, you have to fully believe and trust. Spiritual awakening is just letting you know, hey, here, I'm seeing all these orbs in my stuff. Oh my goodness. A spiritual awakening is basically wake up and wake up to God. Because as you see, the world ain't perfect. The world look like it's gonna end. Truthfully and honestly, it does. All these hurricanes after fires and this and that and this and all. You telling me that only a few people get a spiritual awakening and just think it's so they can stay positive and that they're spiritual beings and that they're this and that they're that? No, it's for you to realize that many are chosen, but few are called. And just like me, I mean, even in my church, I'll mention angel numbers and this. People look at me like, angel numbers, what? Not everyone's going to understand. Even my own church folk don't understand a spiritual awakening. And with the spiritual awakening comes more knowledge and the thirst for knowledge. But my thing is, I was thirsting for knowledge and websites and YouTube, looking up what a spiritual awakening is, my different chakras, my different this, you know, meditation and manifestation. But when the real calling was, I just need to wake up and get closer to God. Because at the end of the day, what is this for? You know? And I'm looking at myself, y'all, but, you know, I should be looking at the camera, but I just want to make sure I'm on point. But it's to not look crazy, but At the end of the day, a spiritual awakening is getting closer to God. Because at the end of the day, what would be the point of just giving you this knowledge? Just, oh yeah, I'm great and I'm a spiritual being. What made you a spiritual being? What made karma? What made the universe? What made the sun stay in the sky? And I'm a biology major, so we can argue about the scientific knowledge behind all of that. Trust me. Trust and believe. I'm a whole biology major. Yes, I know a lot about scientific information. And like the little nitty gritty weird stuff that people don't want to research. Trust me, I probably researched it and learned about it. So, yeah, I know what it is, but the atmosphere to this, what made that? It just got here by itself. How does the world move so perfectly and so in sync and so this and so that and beautifully? You think your mama or daddy put it here? Nah. That's when you really have to think God is real. And that, that one blunt you smoked that was laced, but you still here. That one car you almost hit, but you didn't, and it could have took your life, but you still here. That one accident that you really could have died from, but you didn't, and you're still here. And you're still like, maybe God's real. I think. I have an idea. But have you just fully went and searched and saw and seeked him? Have you sought him? Many of y'all haven't. I'm not going to say I did right off bat. And that's the point of a spiritual awakening. People just leave it at it is a spiritual awakening. That's it. That's that. That's all. That's good. But what would be the point in giving you this knowledge and one out of thousands and thousands of people never see it, but you are? You're seeing it, you're living it, you're going through it. Don't you think that maybe it's just not for myself, Because if it was just for myself, I wouldn't be doing this video. I would take my knowledge and go about my day. Easy. But I watched so many videos and did so much research and just strain my brain trying to conceptualize what a spiritual awakening is, when in actuality it's a calling to get closer to God. Learn him, seek him. He wants you to seek him. God loves when you seek him. He loves when you try to know him and follow his ways. And people might say, man, it's just so hard to quit smoking, hard to quit drinking, and hard to do this. Hey, I'm gonna make a video of my testimony, because baby, I could smoke 4, 5, 6 blunts in a day and be extremely functional, get A's, do this, do that. It didn't mean me nothing. I didn't depend on weed, but I smoked weed smoking like a chimney. So I can go from that to the same day I got on my knees and was like, God, just take my loneliness away. I'm so lonely. I'm doing this drug and that drug, and I'm psychedelics trying to get live and lit and happy. When in actuality, I'm feeling a void that really could only be filled with God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit and love, truthful love. Y'all want to put love in all these people. Y'all want to put love in your mama that do you wrong. But that's your mama, right? If someone don't mean you well, someone don't mean you well. And I don't know who got to hear that, because it's part of my story. But all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you really got to look at, why were you given a spiritual awakening when many thousands and thousands and millions are not? And you really got to break down and say, what was the point? The point isn't just to give you knowledge you're going to do nothing with. If you knew your life purpose, don't you think you would already be doing it? How do you have a life purpose and you don't know it? Because you didn't create it. People want to worship the creation, but not worship the creator, and the creator is God. You want to worship your knowledge and this and that, and I'm so spiritual and whoop-de-whoop. You're worshiping the creation and not the creator. And that's what honestly has a lot of us messed up. Because me smoking all the time, I don't never drink, but me smoking all the time, I was worshiping the creation and not the creator. You do something all the time and all the time and all the time, and you're making that your God. People drink, wake up, drink, do this, drink. You're making liquor your God because you're going to that with your problems when you really should be going to God with your problems. And he already knows them. He just wants you to tell him to him and fully trust that he got you. Oh my gosh, it is hard. I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy. It is hard. And when you're trying to do good, the enemy is going to attack your mind. You can be going through a spiritual awakening and the enemy can be like, oh, hell. You know, they're about to wake up. They're about to realize what it actually is. They're about to realize why they're here and who they need to worship and who they need to worship the creator. Nope. No. And that's when you have a lot of mental stuff going on why it just seems so hard and seems so impossible. When in actuality, you just gotta want it. And it's not hard. I'm a living witness. It's not hard at all. So when people say, what is a spiritual awakening? I know this video was supposed to be short, but I'm just on a roll because I really feel passionate about this. If you really, really, really want to realize why you're being woken up, just subscribe. And I'm going to be in the same outfit because I'm about to do my testimony because a lot of people are just like me. I'm 21. Like, a lot of the stuff I do, a lot of the, drugs I've did, weed I don't smoke, people my age do the same stuff. And they think that if they keep to themselves, you know, they don't hurt nobody, they going to heaven, they ain't hurting nobody. But you're hurting yourself. And you're not following God and his word. Or even trying to seek him. My pastor said, and it really resonated with me, why would God put you somewhere that would be a living hell to you? There ain't no weed in heaven. There ain't no liquor in heaven. There ain't no drugs in heaven. There is none of that. There ain't no social media in heaven. There ain't no butt implants. There ain't no fake boobs. There ain't no this. There ain't no that. But y'all sit here and worship that stuff and think that's what makes you you. Why would God send you to heaven or paradise or the New Jerusalem if it would be a living hell for you? He sees that you make weed or liquor or drugs or this or that, your God. Why would he send you somewhere to praise him and be in his presence, but you're down here praising and worshiping drugs, liquor, alcohol, you know, sex, this and that? I ain't saying it don't feel good. The easiest thing and the most pleasurable stuff comes from the devil. Man. Whew. Literally. But at the same time, you got to look at the long-term goal. What is the point? Happiness for an hour, 2 hours, and you're back sad. If you're gonna spend all that money, I can send you my Cash App. If you really want to waste some money, I can give you my Cash App. But you're doing this stuff and then ending up back sad. Just to keep doing it again and doing it again and doing it again. A spiritual awakening isn't just to let you know that you're ascending beings and you're in a vessel and you're here for a greater purpose and you have intuition that's connected to the divine and you have intuition that is higher power. But you never wonder, where does that higher power lie? Who's giving me that higher power? Who's telling me, oh my gosh, I have a good feeling to stay home. And then you stay home and the club gets shot up. You telling me you knew that the club was going to get shot up, so you told yourself in your head not to go? No. And that's how many of y'all think, well, I just had a feeling. Or maybe something of the divine was telling you, hey, you don't need to be there. You have a greater purpose. You don't need to be at that club. And then the club gets shot up. And you're like, oh, I knew not to go. No, something told you not to go. Your guardian angels, the ascending masters, the straight divine, God himself. Hey, you think you told yourself not to do that? And then all them folks died, or this person died, or this happened, or that happened. And you're like, ooh, thank goodness I stayed home. You know, you need to thank God you stayed home. You need to thank the heavens that you stayed home. It's so much more to it. And people really don't understand that. And I'm all about being realistic and being a realist. At the end of the day, I'm a biology major. I'm a scientist. I'm all about being realistic. I can believe in ghosts and karma and the universe and rebirth and luck, but I can't believe in God. You can't see luck. You can't see the universe. You can't see karma. You can't see God. But you'll rather believe in karma, the universe, rebirth, and all that, but you won't even give God a try. You can give drugs a try. You can give liquor a try. You can give everything a try that won't make you feel good in the long run. But you can't give God a try. Like, when you really think about it, it sounds goofy. Like, it's not even funny. It just sounds goofy. And when I say goofy, I mean, hey, off the wall nuts, that you can believe in luck, the universe, but not believe, hey, what put that there? You can worship the creation, but not the creator. And I'm not saying I'm just some perfect person, but when you wake up, you should start to conceptualize more than just, it's me, I need to be happy, I'm here for a reason. But who or what made that reason? Who or what put you here? Who or what is waking you up every day when you can die in your sleep? Easy. The gate to heaven is very, very, very narrow, because we sit here and want to believe in everything but God. It ain't hard. You just gotta want to do it. People think it's so hard. It's so hard because you're so enwarped in stuff that the devil wants you to be enwarped, and you're so involved in the devil stuff. That's why it's hard. You've been doing it so long. Now you don't know any other way to live. But you didn't grow up like that. You wasn't a little kid smoking. You wasn't a little, maybe some people, yeah. But you weren't no 4 or 5 year old smoking and drinking and partying. You can live without. You've just been too long living with it that you don't know how to live without it. A spiritual awakening is a beautiful thing. It's beautiful. Because when I said there's so many people, idiots out here that couldn't even care what made them, created them, that they're spiritual beings, that they're in a vessel, that they're this or that, but they could believe that when you die, your spirit goes to heaven. You can believe that, but you don't want to believe that your spirit just in a vessel. This don't mean nothing. It really don't. Doesn't mean anything at all. But we make it so like, oh my gosh, I gotta follow that trend and follow this trend and did this. Da, 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 da. All of that is of the world. It's the creation. And y'all will just bend over backwards to avoid worshiping the creator, but want to worship the creation. And that's just backwards. And many videos of spiritual awakening won't tell you that. They won't. And if you want the real truth, real nitty gritty, I know this video is pushing about 30 minutes, but it's stuff that you really need to hear. So if you sat here and listened to this whole video, I really thank you, because you have a thirst for knowledge. If you sat here and clicked away, and that's on you. You're missing out on stuff that's actual real life, yet you just don't want to believe. Ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss. I'm talking so much, my mouth's starting to hurt, but nah. Ignorance is bliss. And we're just in a society where ignorance is just all around us. We living so good, we just don't care to know the truth until you really die and your soul goes to hell, and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm in hell. And you'll be surprised how many people are okay with going to hell. But when you get thrown in that lake of fire, when you're burning and you need a cup of water, because you'll definitely remember what a drink of water and what water is in hell. You'll definitely know the feeling and know the want of wanting a drink of cold water when you're burning in hell. And it sounds so like, oh my gosh, but it's the truth. Like, y'all can believe in heaven, but don't want to believe in hell, baby. They both the same concept. You can believe in up there. You should really be scared, because you know it's real of what's down there. It's just like, make it make sense. You know what I mean? It's not like new information. You just don't want to accept the truth and the information. So of course you're not going to believe it because you don't want to. I could sit here and talk all day. Not gonna make another video. So if you guys like what I said and you like the real truth and you kind of want to hear my journey and my testimony, then definitely subscribe, or just don't have many videos. It's my first, so just click on my YouTube page and just look at my videos. It doesn't hurt nothing to learn the truth. You hear information, you can always say, I don't want to believe it. Okay, that's you. You don't have to. No one's forcing you to. If you don't if you don't want to believe it and you don't want to understand it, but you know deep in your head, you know, she got a point, look into it. Just, have you ever truthfully asked God to give you the strength to not have to smoke or not have to drink? Because he can give you the strength. He can definitely give you the strength. But if you're not going to do nothing with the strength, don't bother to ask for it. And then sit here and say God's not real. He gave you the strength. You're not using it. So don't say he's not real, because you ain't tried. That's like getting a quiz and getting a study guide for a quiz or a test. You ain't do the study guide. Okay, so how'd you think you was going to pass the quiz or test? You ain't do the study guide that was right there to help you. You just didn't want the help. You didn't want to take the help and use the help. You just thought that you just gonna know the answers. That's not it. And it's really sad that a lot of the people I love definitely will be going to hell. They don't even crack open the Bible, but you think you're going to heaven. Why would you go somewhere you know nothing about? Wouldn't that be scary to you? But we always hear about hell. We tell people, stop playing like that, man. Stop talking about that person. You're going to go to hell. We know how real it is, yet we don't try to do better. And that's just ignorance. Well, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. But just like and subscribe.